My favorite book in this whole world is this little book called The Richest Man in Babylon. Every time I do a talk, I ask people who has read it, and almost always the answer in the room is no one has read it. My best guess is not more than 10% of the people on the planet would have ever read this book. And this is such an easy thing to do. This little book is a #1 book and it's easy to find. It's really easy to buy. The most you would pay would be a few dollars. You could even borrow that from your library or book club. It's the favorite personal finance book of so many people. But if it's easy to find and easy to buy, and if it's easy to read, why wouldn't everybody go get it? We don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. Here's how profound it is. Only about 10% of the people would have read this book. Even 10 years from now, I'm telling you those numbers will still be the same. The numbers don't change. Only the faces change. I used to belong to the 90% who couldn't be bothered even if that was easy. I wouldn't even get myself a library card. And how many people don't have a library card? 97% people couldn't be bothered. So how is it that 100% of humanity wants change in their lives but don't want to put in the effort to change their lives? And now, how readily and quickly we blame the government, blame our company, blame our bosses, blame our family, our birth, everyone and everything for our lot but ourselves. Here's my advice to you today. Walk away from the 97% who do not walk their talk. Don't talk like they talk. Don't go where they go. Don't act like they act. Don't specialize in what they specialize in. Throw away the blame games they play. You gotta be consciously conscious today because your environment can hypnotize, mesmerize, and paralyze you. Take full responsibility for your life. Oscar Wilde once said, "Responsibility is what we expect from somebody else." This is so true. Most people dread accepting responsibility. That's just a fact of life, and we can see it in operation every day. We see ourselves getting hot under the collar when the dentist keeps us waiting and we are sitting there reading old magazines. Our appointment was 30 minutes ago, but we don't stop to think that we also forgot to mail in this month's mortgage payment. We can see ourselves growing angrier and angrier because a business contact was supposed to call us at noon, and here it is almost 2 o'clock and the phone still refuses to ring. But we don't stop to think about the calls we ourselves have forgotten to return while we've been so busy fuming. We can see ourselves writing an angry letter to the airline because the flight was delayed. But we don't write an angry letter to ourselves when we are late for something, even though that might be the best idea of them all. Yes, we can see avoidance of responsibility all the time in both our personal and professional lives. We can see that most people aren't as successful as they wish they were, yet they choose not to do anything about it. Do you see there's a connection between these two very common phenomenon? I certainly do, and by the end of this video, I hope you'll agree with me. I hope you'll understand that it's in your best interest to take responsibility for everything that you do. Now coming back to the book. The Richest Man in Babylon is an amazing book which will teach you personal finance without being preachy. It will give you tenets to actually live your life through and multiply your savings, generate assets, and build wealth. So, read this book, read other books, change yourself, grow yourself, take responsibility in every aspect of your life. Try and grow yourself. Try and change yourself because that will cause the world around you to change. If you change yourself, you will change what you look at every day. I would start with reading this amazing little book. called The Richest Man in Babylon. It will change the way you look at money and the way money looks at you. It's a life changer. But most importantly, it will teach you the habit of taking responsibility of your life.